U.S. Navy fires warning shots at Iranian military vessel in Persian Gulf.
You know what? Just a quick aside here. I like how we point out how incompetent Trump has been.
Right.
Yet the one thing that even he can continue with no problem whatsoever is the military industrialized.
No
complex.
problem.
I'm pretty sure you walk into the White House and there's just an autopilot button.
Yeah.
For like just continued endless warfare in the Middle East, and you just push it. Just every day, you just remember to push it, and it just everything just keeps going, business as usual. Even the most incompetent president, maybe in the history of our country.
No one's ever upset about it.
Yeah,
no one's upset.
You can continue that part.
No, they're only afraid that he might nuke North Korea. Really? But in the meantime, everything else is freaking go get him. Here's the first paragraph. A U.S. Navy patrol boat fired warning shots at an Iranian military vessel that approached it at high speed on Tuesday, 2 defense officials said. Oh, boy, I bet you they're not bullshitting at all. The incident, now, where did this incident happen? Did it happen in the Gulf of Mexico? Did it happen off the coast of Miami? Did it happen near Tijuana? Where did this happen? This incident happened in northern Persian Gulf and marks the latest confrontation between Iranian and American military ships in the area. Well, first of all, where is that? The Persian Gulf, did you know it's also known as the Arabian Gulf? Did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Also known as the Arabian Gulf. And there it is. So there's Saudi Arabia, there's Iran, and there's the northern Persian Gulf. And that's where we are. And we're pissed off that the Iranian boats are fucking with us. So there's Saudi Arabia. Okay. There's Saudi Arabia. This is Kuwait right here. There's Iraq, right? There's Jordan over there. You see how it works out? So there's Iraq. We've invaded Iraq. Saudi Arabia, they're our pals, petrodollar. Kuwait, we've been there. Iran, we are dying to have a war with Iran. Dying to have a war with Iran, petrodollar. And this is where this is happening, right up here. What? And we're the one firing warning shots? Shouldn't they be firing warning shots to get the F away from their goddamn country? Could you imagine that? Imagine if this was like Tijuana or something, and there was an Iranian boat there. Then we fire warning shots. What? So here's... Two U.S. defense officials told NBC News that the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy, the IRGCN vessel, approached the USS Thunderbolt, and three other U.S. ships that were conducting routine exercises. So when the United States is over there, it's just routine, baby. Isn't that crazy how they just print it? That's fucking right from the Defense Department. They put it right in their news article. They're just conducting routine. You know, it's routine that we're over there fucking with Iran in the Arabian Gulf. Just routine, baby. Come on.
We were just in your waters, minding our own business.
What's
the problem?
We're pretending we're going to attack you. We're doing that exercise, and then you overreact.
They said the skiff failed. The skiff. So there's one Iranian boat and at least 3 United States military ships. Okay, just so we have this straight. They said the skiff, that's the Iranian boat, it's a skiff. The skiff failed to react to bridge-to-bridge communications, nor did it respond to 5 short blasts, a sound warning for possible danger, coming as close as 150 yards. The Thunderbolt, a Cyclone-class patrol ship based in Bahrain as part of the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet and our ever-dwindling empire that is bound to fuck us. We're overexpanding just like Rome. Doesn't matter. We're fucking expanding militarily while our people are dying at home for lack of health care. It's exactly how Rome... Anyway, they fired several warning shots as a result. Officials said the Iranian vessel did have guns on board, but they were not. This is key here, I think. Officials said the Iranian vessel did have guns on board, but they were not manned and initially remained covered. They didn't even man their guns. Their guns are covered. We're still firing warning shots at Iranian boat over by Iran. This is all routine, so no biggie. No biggie. This is all routine. Although it did uncover its guns after the warning shots were fired. Oh, no shit. You start firing at them?
The nerve of them.
Those motherfuckers.
You mean you just fired at them and they were like, oh, we might need to take our cover off this since we're being fired at.
They're supposed to put hands up, don't shoot. That's what they're supposed to say, right?
And you know what? I got to tell you, I find these two officials very reliable. As far as these officials go that remain nameless, these U.S. officials, wow, they're really getting all the details quite, they're clear. And then after firing our warning shots, they uncovered their guns.
And it was just their routine. We're just going about our daily routine. You know, I had my morning banana, had my morning coffee, showed total disregard for international water laws. You know, just my day-to-day.
Although it did uncover its guns after the warning shots were fired, the weapons remained unmanned. And by this point, the ship had stopped. The official said. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps said in a statement released via state news agency FARS that the boat was, quote, on routine patrol. They're also on routine patrol.
They're also doing
it's just a couple of warships on routines, just doing routine-y things. They're routining, we're routining. It's one big routine. This is a fucking routine, baby. That's what it is. This is a routine patrol in the Persian Gulf when the American vessel came alongside it and fired warning shots. The Iranian boat carried on course with its patrol, and that the action of the Americans was extremely unprofessional. I'm going to actually, does it make me a traitor if I say one sounds more credible than the other? You know, if it was reversed, if it was an Iranian boat off the coast of Miami or Fort Lauderdale, I would go, yeah, maybe those Iranians are up to some bullshit. I think they're probably lying, right?
Yeah, and they're being very diplomatic here too. Like, well, that was unprofessional.
That was unprofessional.
They could have killed all of us. That was unprofessional.
They could have started a war. They could have started a war with us. Pretty unprofessional. The U.S. Navy and its Iranian counterparts frequently encounter each other in the Persian Gulf.
Why?
Maybe we should get the F out of the Persian Gulf. Petrodollar. The U.S. Navy recorded 35 instances of what it describes as unsafe and/or unprofessional interactions with Iranian forces in 2016 compared to 23 in 2015. Oh, so they're getting even worse. Those Iranians are being even bigger jerkers, fucking with us off the shores of their country. Here's how it was reported. This is CNN.
0 Zulu. We're operating in the northern 0.
So first of all, just look at. I think this is the Iranian ship that they're worried about, and this is the. Is this what's going on? I can't tell. You tell me.
1 IRG.
So there was this close and dangerous encounter between a U.S. Navy ship and an armed Iranian patrol boat in the northern Persian Gulf.
And an armed Iranian patrol boat. We already just showed you that boat, they weren't manned. And it's just crazy how they report it, right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
177.
So it looks like this is the Iranian boat that they're afraid of?
That's what I'm
That's the
presuming.
skiff.
Yeah.
That's the skiff that they're afraid of. This is the skiff that they're shooting warning shots at. They're afraid of that boat.
It looks like a
fishing boat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it looks like a boat, like someone, like it looks like a boat that would be named Peggy or something.
Yes,
you know, like that.
So it literally looks like a patrol boat that has almost zero ability to do any kind of military maneuvers. Right? It almost looks like this. Hey, this is our scouting report. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It looks unprofessional.
So, I mean, according to this video, as far as I can tell, to me, why would they show that if that wasn't the boat? That looks like the boat. That's the boat they're afraid of. Did you see the American ship next to it?
Okay, according to U.S. defense officials,
Well, that was not I'm pretty sure, based on the sounds that I'm hearing, they honked the horn and then waited about 0.5 seconds before they fired. So that was very diplomatic.
It sounded like they were firing and warning sounding at the exact same time.
Pretty much.
Didn't it? It's like in the article it says they fired 5 warning sounds at the same time they were shooting.
177.
Okay, according to U.S. defense officials, the Iranian vessel failed to respond.
I'm going to count to 5 and then start shooting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then over the intercom, someone yelled, "Keep the change, you filthy animal."
What are you doing bugging us? Here we go.
Respond to radio calls, then those flares, and it came within 150 yards before the U.S. Thunderbolt fired those 5 warning shots off that you heard to head off a possible collision.
That hardly looks like a fair fight. If that's the where it's coming from, that hardly. What?
Does she even mention in the report they're in the Persian Gulf?
She doesn't really go, by the way, why are we there? Or, any of the things that we're going to say right now, the stuff we're going to point out, what the F. And, we have over 1,000 military bases around. We have so many military bases, we can't count them. People at home dying lack of health care. Just so you know, half the country's poor, 20-some% of the kids in America are hungry.
Now that's a segment we need to make on the show. Why the fuck is this going on? Another edition of the overextension of the U.S. military.
Yep. Here we go.
The Iranian ship then stopped its provocative action, but
the Iranians are provoking. Do you not think it's a provocative action to have warships off the shore of Iran? You know, that's not provocative. They were being provocative. You saw, pick up the gun. I don't want to pick up the gun. You saw him. He had a gun, right? That's
pretty much
from that Bill Hicks. He did that joke. That's what they're doing. Oh, we are over in the Arabian Gulf, and those motherfuckers are provoking us with their dinghy. They came at us with a dinghy. I saw a gun on it. It was an armed dinghy. So. Let's see if there's anything left of this.
It linger in the area for hours.
Oh.
Okay, let's watch this all the way through.
We're operating in the northern 01 IR.
So there was this close and dangerous encounter between a U.S. Navy ship and an armed Iranian patrol boat in the northern Persian Gulf.
177.
Okay, according to U.S. defense officials, the Iranian vessel failed to respond to radio calls, then those flares, and it came within 150 yards before the U.S. Thunderbolt fired those 5 warning shots off that you heard to head off a possible collision. The Iranian ship then stopped its provocative action, but it did linger in the area for hours.
It lingered off the coast of its own goddamn country. What? Why won't it just leave our goddamn warships alone in the Persian Gulf? And it lingered. So this is the media getting us ready for war with Iran. So that's what this is. The Defense Department has these these stories start happening. They want war with Iran. They just admitted in our other story that the whole reason why they want to knock off Assad, big part of it is because they want to counterbalance the influence of Iran in the region. So this is, and again, this is not going to be reported the way it should be on CNN or NBC, Washington Post, New York Times, and MSN. It's not going to be reported. They're not going to say any of the stuff we're saying. They're going to make you think like those fucking Iranians are messing with us. We better get tough with those Iranians. That's what they want you to think.
And don't forget, it's a good thing those ships are there, just in case. I mean, a terrorist might try to swim across or something.
Right.
We need them to be there, just in case.
Yeah, that's right. We gotta, provoke them over there before they provoke us over here. Right? Is that the whole? Yeah. Boy, don't you wish they they wish they could still do preemptive war. Oh, the preemptive war. So this is the next best thing, is to pretend that they're attacking us. Did you see that? They had a dinghy attacking our warships. So we started shooting, and son of a bitch, we're in a war.